He is the medium with a message. Matt Fraser is here. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
You know, our audience members had a good question, and this is ridiculous, but I'm going to ask it. These pants, they come from a gentleman who has passed away. The woman was kind enough to donate her pants to me many years ago. She gave me 4 of these pants. You don't get a vibe from the man who wore the pants previously, do you?
Not really, because they're not hanging on to objects or hanging on to, clothing or objects or things like that. They're in spirit watching over their loved ones and all those who had passed. Because you have to remember that when you transition and you go to the other side, you're not worried about material things or, what happened to my coin collection, what happened to, my favorite vase or things like that. But instead, they're looking to encourage their loved ones here in the physical world.
Okay.
Can't take it with you.
Can't say that.
But we can channel them later if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah. So see what channel he's on.
All right, so you've got an event coming up where you're going to be reading loved ones January 25th, a month from today at Foxwoods Casino, 4 to 6 p.m. If you're looking to connect, you're missing your loved ones, this is the place to go. Absolutely,
and it's so heartwarming to see the messages that are passed on from the other side, especially at this event, because really what it is like a family reunion of, those on the other side providing comfort to those here in the physical world. And basically what they do is they come through with names, dates, validations, any way that they can come through, reach their loved one, show to their loved one here in the physical world that it is them speaking, and then providing messages that can help to alleviate the grief and the suffering that they are left with after the passing.
Wonderful. Now, also, with what we're doing with the new year, you say it's really important for ourselves on the psychic end of this. All of us are like, hey, tell me, am I going to get the job I want or the relationship I want? And you really say it's also, in this time, we need to be setting goals, but you do it in a different way. You call it dreaming, like dream list.
Dreamlining is what it is. It's like outlining your dreams. Because you have to remember that even though, a loved one may have passed and you may be feeling sad today, being that it is Christmas and whatnot, that your loved one's not here, know that what they want you to do is still embrace life, to still celebrate, because they're celebrating with you just in spirit and in a different way. And one of the things that you can do is to dreamline, to go and to start thinking the best way to do this is to start dreaming up all the different goals that you have for yourself for the new year, for 2015. Dream up or think up as many goals as you possibly can, and then go through a list of eliminations. Narrow it down to 4 specific goals that you're going to go and aim for yourself to achieve. And make sure that you have it written down, and sometimes even in multiple places, because when you write it down, it's easier to remember, and you're more apt to go towards that goal or to achieve. And it's almost like what you're doing is you're setting your intention by visualizing, looking at it, and reminding yourself, okay, this is what I'm setting my intention towards. Think about how it's going to help you, how it's going to help others, who's going to help you achieve this goal, and set that as your 2015 goal or
As I'm always thinking, I give you a lot of credit for what you do. I would be a complete wreck, like in thinking that I would step into a room and not feel something. Do you ever get that, like, oh my God, I'm nervous about this, or you walk into the room and you always feel something? Or
well, I see dead people, Scott. No matter where I go,
exactly,
it's like,
which is true, right? No matter where you go,
You're
no
never
matter where
alone.
I go, it's just like when you come on the news. Do you ever get nervous about, oh my God, is there something that I'm not going to be able to talk about? Or I'm not going to be able to say? No, you're talking all the time. It's just me, but I'm talking to the departed.
Have you seen my forecast? I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. No, okay. No, that's incredible. That's a gift, though. I mean, it really is.
It is, and I'm lucky. I'm so lucky that I picked it up from very early on, and it was passed down through the generations. You have to remember that this wasn't something that I was taught. I wasn't taught to be a psychic medium. It was just
You were
something
born that way. How old were you when you first started noticing you were different?
About 3 or 4, and it's funny because I would be. It's like living the movie The Sixth Sense. Like spirits would come to me trying to pass on messages.
Did you get scared?
Oh, I was petrified.
Really?
And my mother, she'd be on the side of me instead of being like, "Oh, that's okay. You can sleep with the light on and whatnot." She'd be on the side of me going, "What are they saying to you? Who's coming through? Is it my mother? Is it my aunt? Is it my uncle?" And I used to be like, "Ma, I don't know. I'm afraid." And she's like, "Listen." She's typical Italian. She's like, "Listen. You want to be afraid?" She's like, "Don't be afraid of the dead. They can't hurt you." Because you want to be afraid of someone, be afraid of the living. That's who can hurt you. That was her genius advice that she used to give me. But over the years, I learned to cope and realized how important these messages were to families that need to hear them.
Yeah. Wow.
Do you have in your career, are there certain readings that really stick out in your mind, like one in particular, or stuff that stays with you, or they're all powerful?
Oh, there's many. There's so many. I mean, it's just amazing because each reading is unique. These aren't general informations. I mean, we've had, I've had different readings at different live events where who brought their loved one with them in their purse, ashes, and the loved one's like, "I'm here, I'm in her purse."
Oh my God.
And there's been time. I mean, it's just been crazy. We have, it's just unbelievable some of the things that, it's just so unique, and so it just sends chills down your spine.
Right.
I've heard, I don't know if you agree with this, that we sometimes don't get the messages from our loved ones or the people beyond because we are in this very, confusing, chaotic environment, but that whenever we speak to them, they hear us clearly.
Well, absolutely. And sometimes we, may get a sign or receive a message from our loved one just during the day, and we may write it off as a coincidence. For example, you're driving on the street, you see, your mom's name who had passed written on a license plate, or maybe, you're just walking through the mall and you just randomly smell the same type of cologne or perfume that your mom or your dad wore, or just out of nowhere smell the type of cigar that they used to have or they used to smoke. These are all ways that they can kind of come through and give us a hello from heaven and just let us know that they're there.
Great. Thank you. All right. So again, if you want to go see Matt, he's going to be at Foxwoods on January 25th. It's going to be a great time. You go out and you get read, and you get in touch with some of your past.
Absolutely. I'm going to try to read as many people as 2 hours allows.
All right.
Great. Thanks,
Merry
Matt.
Christmas, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on Better.
And have a wonderful time. We will be back.